Hi, it's me, Lisa B. I had something all worked out, written down that I was going to talk about tonight because I just got a crazy idea today while I was on my way to Pilates. And so I wrote down the notes real quick, intending on coming home, and I was going to do it. It was kind of a fun little topic. But instead, I have a little bit of the opposite side of the spectrum and kind of a not so fun topic, although you can add fun to it if you want, which is what actually we need to do. So I was just looking in the mirror because my eye was itching really bad. And I looked in the mirror and I noticed that my eyes were kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're like, the color is kind of getting lighter on them. I have green eyes. And the top of the pupil, there's this white like arc over on the colored part, the iris. Not the pupil, so the iris on my eyeball and the iris. And it's this white part. I have it on both eyes. And I know that Ray had talked about it once before, and there's a name for it, which I didn't even bother to look up now, and I'm sure some of you know, and it's something that ends with senilis. Well, anything with senilis, in my mind, is senile, meaning old, really. I equate it with age, with senility and all of that. I have this things on my arm, these red dots, like it's like measly looking things, and I get kind of like these little, not sores because they're not open, but it's like blood blister, and sometimes literally it'll open and something will start bleeding. And for whatever reason, it seems that they show up more on my skin in the summertime. Even though it's not hot and hasn't been hot, I can't really relate it to the heat. I'm gonna try to show you some of it. I have a Band-Aid over parts, but this is what parts of it look like. And if I bump my arm or bump myself on something, I'll get them. Or if I play with the dog and she scratches my arms, or else she'll kind of like just play nip and mess around. And so I'll get some of them from that. So when I had them in the beginning, a few years ago, I first noticed them, and I went to the doctor, and they told me it was called senile purpura. I was like, I don't like that name. So it's, if you look it up, it's these spots, and they kind of come along with age, more mature age, more experienced age, as we like to call it, rather than old age. And there's other things that I've been noticing, or that I've had, or I asked the doctor about, that are age related. Don't like that term. It's not like toddlers and temper tantrums, and they could say, well, that's age related. Or, it's like the terrible twos. Is that what it is? Is that what we're talking about with the age related? No, not so much. I have now, now I'm getting into way TMI, but you know what? I said I was always going to be honest, and I'm going to be honest right now. And I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of you who are hanging out with me who will agree with a lot of things that I'm saying, as much as it really is fucked up to even have to think about, much less say out loud. I had some swelling I was noticing in my ankles and my lower legs, which was weird because I've never had that before. And there was one point a few weeks ago where my weight went up 8 pounds in 5 days. Now, that's not fat. I can't eat enough to gain 8 pounds of fat in 5 days. So I figured it had to be some sort of water retention, fluid retention. And then I had noticed my ankles and my calves were getting swollen. So I went to see my doctor, and he gave me a diuretic to take as needed. And he said I needed to go see a cardiologist because it could be something heart related. And I know you'll see a lot of older people with swollen ankles and legs and that kind of a thing. And I never really had it, so I never had to look into it. My parents never had it. My grandmother didn't have it. My grandfather did. He had swollen ankles, and he would have just his ankles would look so the color, they were dark dark purple. His feet, I remember him saying once something about being hit with a golf ball, but I don't know if that was just a story or if once he got hit with a golf ball, but that was it. So I went to the cardiologist, and he was thinking my heart was okay, but he was suspecting something with my veins. So I did he did an echocardiogram, and he also, he scheduled me, first he did an EKG, everything was fine. So he scheduled me for an echocardiogram and an ultrasound of my, the veins in my legs. So I did them on Saturday, and on Monday I spoke to him, and I have, it's called chronic venous insufficiency, which you might have heard that term recently because our U.S. president has that, or they suspected that he had it, or maybe he has been diagnosed with it. I don't know. Now he's 80, I'm 68, so I've got a ways to go. But that's what he has, and it's something that, once again, comes with age. So I'm kind of tired of hearing about all these age things. There was one week where I went to the doctor, different doctors, a couple times, nothing serious, and 3 different things that I had were all related to age. So what I'm posing right now is just saying that it's just so fucked up how things happen, and no matter how good we take care of ourselves and how good you eat and how much you exercise and how much you keep active and your brain active and all these things, there are just going to be some things that you're not going to be able to help. You just can't. You know, the car, you can take care of the outside, you can take care of it, you can polish it, you can wax it, you can even, fix the interior and make it look really good, but the guts, literally, the guts get old. And it's one thing to replace the engine or the transmission or the belts or whatever else you do in a car, but there's only so many things you can replace in your body. So I think that, instead of dwelling on it, being sad about it, we just have to try to at least keep what we can fix, keep that going, or what we can help, take care of that. The rest of it, it is what it is, as they say. And it's, like I said, it's, really fucked up, but you can't let it get you down, and we have to keep going, and one day at a time. And I know I'm sounding like doom and gloom and like I'm, 100 years old and ready to go to the other world, and I'm not going to, I'm not ready to, I don't need to, it's not time to, but it just really sucks that all these things happen to your body, and really nobody prepares us for it.